The titanium nib of my Pelican pen shatters like ice the second Marisol from Lumiere Affairs delivers the line. Ms. Vega, your mother insists your name be struck from the final seating chart. Black ink spiders across the $12 million deed for the Sonoma Coastal Retreat, bleeding into the signature line like a confession. 39 stories above San Francisco's fog, the bay churns below, a city I've quietly stitched together with invisible thread while my own family still calls me the girl who likes parties. I wired $100,000 to my sister Lucia's wedding 6 months ago, no fanfare, no thank you card. Marisol's voice cracks. They said the funds were a gift. Zero expectations. Gift. The word tastes like rust. I remember Lucia pacing Mom's kitchen, calculator in hand, whispering about cutting the string quartet. I transferred the money before the coffee cooled. At dinner, Dad raised a glass to my brother-in-law's real promotion in biotech while chuckling that I was still arranging centerpieces for fun. I smiled. I always smile. Now every vendor on Lucia's roster, Orchid and Oak, Brûlée Catering, Luma Lens, reports to Vega Horizon Group. The venue, Cresthaven Manor, sits under a holding company I bought last quarter. They reserved my own lawn and erased me from it. I don't raise my voice. I open the secure portal and hit execute on every termination clause. 19 days to the wedding. The collapse is symphonic. Dad threatens litigation he can't finance. Mom leaves voicemails dripping with Chanel and shame. Lucia posts a grainy photo of her ring with the caption, "Some people build happiness just to burn it down." I let the fire roar, then summon Lucia, only Lucia, to my glass and redwood eyrie cantilevered over the Pacific in Half Moon Bay. The house has no name on any registry, it exists only in private ledgers and sunset photographs. She steps onto the cantilevered deck, wind snatching her breath. The ocean drops away beneath her feet like the world forgot to finish itself. "This is yours?" she asks, voice small. "Call it drift," I say, sliding a matte black folder across the teak table. Inside, the uninvite, the wire transfer, the group chat where Mom brags, the Vegas covered everything, say it's from the whole family. Every betrayal in 4K. Lucia's fingers tremble over the pages. "They told me you had a conflict in Vegas. That you didn't care. I own the conflict. I own the matter. I own the silence." She looks up. "How much of the wedding world do you actually run, Sophia?" "Enough to cancel a fantasy with one click. Enough to resurrect it somewhere the cameras have never been." I show her renderings of Altair, my off-grid vineyard estate tucked in the Mayacamas, never leased, never photographed. A glass-walled barn, wildflower meadows, a ceremony deck that floats above the fog line. "It can be yours," I tell her. Same date. Same magic. 60 guests max full rate. Paid tonight. She starts to protest the price. "Market's higher," I say. "Consider it a blood discount." The wind howls. The ocean answers. Behind her, the deck doors slam open. My parents charge in, still believing volume equals victory. Dad opens his mouth. Lucia raises one finger. "Leave," she says, calm as deep water. "Now." They hesitate, then obey. The golden child has spoken. When the doors shut, Lucia meets my eyes. "Be my maid of honor, Soph. Not because you paid. Because you're my sister." The question lands like sunrise. "Only if it's true," I answer. "It always was," she says. "I was just blindfolded." 2 weeks later, Altair glows under a lattice of Edison bulbs. 60 chairs, 60 souls who love Lucia, not her hashtag. I stand beside her in storm gray silk while she marries the man who finally sees her edges. At the toast, I lift my glass. "To the architects who taught me empires are built in the dark," I say, locking eyes with Dad across the lanterns, "and to the sister who taught me daylight is worth the risk." Lucia hugs me so hard the mic squeals. Laughter spills like champagne. Later, on the fog-drenched deck, my COO Raphael and General Counsel Isla clink mezcal with me. To clauses that claw, Isla grins. And sisters who finally read the room, Raphael adds. I laugh, freely, fiercely, for the first time in years. 4 months after the wedding, Sunday supper is at my Presidio Heights loft. Dad sketches Phoenix expansion ideas on a napkin, asking my take like I'm the boardroom. Mom shows her garden club a Forbes spread, captioning it "My daughter, the visionary" in the group chat. Lucia texts a photo, her newborn son asleep on my chest the day he came home. Underneath, "You didn't just save my wedding, Soph. You handed me the sister I never knew I had." I look out at the city I stitched together while no one watched, and the view finally feels shared. Some empires aren't measured in square footage. Some are measured in the moment your little sister looks up and sees the woman, not the wallet, and decides that's the only currency that matters.